fluctuating solar PV and wind power plants, project developers have projects with renewables and combine them with battery storage, and in this they protect the power grid. Mr. Fischer, could you tell us something about the projects with battery storage you are internationally working on?
Certainly. Currently at ABO Wind we do have a project pipeline of a total of 19 gigawatts. Thereof 1 gigawatt is actually battery storage, and we see it more and more frequently from all our markets, requests coming in asking for battery storage, either as standalone or as a hybrid system. So one of our biggest projects currently that we are about to commission is in Kells, Northern Ireland, where we are rendering grid services under the DS3 scheme, 50 megawatt, 25 megawatt hours, to be commissioned in a couple of weeks. And also here in Germany, we are bound to commission 46 megawatts distributed over 3 projects this year, where we are doing grid services, including peak load shaving on a grid level, and they are to be commissioned until the end of the year. And many innovation projects, PV plus storage, we're also going to have our first online this week. Certainly in many countries we are earlier on in the project cycle. Let's talk about the Greek Islands, for instance, where we do have hybrid projects that we are doing for those islands which will not be connected to the mainland in the foreseeable future. So many different tasks, many different challenges in many different countries.
Okay, you mentioned this peak shaving, and I want to know something more about the applications. Could you say something about it?
Well, the application is, the DSOs and TSOs, they appreciate if you do have a more steady power consumption, and that is remunerated. And therefore there are services rendered that are being paid for. And that's what we're doing. We have a similar case in the CNI segment, where we do peak load shaving under the paragraph 19 Netz- and Geldverordnung in Germany, where CNI customers can do the same. And in Germany we do have a window of opportunity until the end of the year where we can do it on a grid level.
Okay, so industrial customers become more and more interested in this topic. How could they have a benefit of battery storage?
We do get a whole lot of requests from industrial clients these days. I mean, everybody feels the burden, feels the pressure, and wants to ease the pain of high electricity prices. And if anybody or any company is fortunate enough to do a rooftop installation or a ground-mounted PV system, then it makes great sense in many instances to combine it with the battery storage, because then you are installing dispatchable energy, and you can also produce into the early morning hours, late evening hours, whenever you really need the energy. And that's also very much of a cost factor, because at times it is the peak demand and consumption that is determining the overall price for the customer. So you're bringing down your overall bill.
Okay, now we see the electricity prices going up with the Ukrainian conflict. You feel that in what's going on with your business?
Certainly. Energy security is becoming more and more important, and therefore batteries play a key role, because here you enable the volatile renewable energy sources such as wind and solar to become base load, that you can really dispatch when needed. And that is something that the policymakers need to acknowledge and appreciate it. And then I think we can really foster a rapid deployment of battery storage all over.
Okay, you mentioned the policymakers. Are you happy with the regulatory framework?
Well, it could be faster, I mean, we're at the very beginning in many countries when it comes to the grid code tailored to battery storage. It is important to really tailor it around the new evolving hybrid systems, and here it is essential to allow the battery storage also to be charged from the grid. Only then you will enable symmetric services to the benefit of the grid. You know, stabilizing the grid in terms of frequency regulation, voltage, but also energy shifting. So this is very important to adjust the grid code in hybridization. When it comes to standalone batteries, it is also very essential that the permitting procedures and also commissioning processes are more standardized. We do not have to reinvent the wheel all the time, and it would be very, very good to have European-wide standards for measuring and permitting such power plants. Last very important and crucial point is the good use of critical infrastructure. Currently, very often, we are looking at the nominal power of a given power plant, be it PV or wind, but that is not really reflecting what is happening on the ground, because certainly a solar power plant does not produce the nominal power all of the time, neither does a wind generator. So we have to come to a situation where realistic measures are taken, and that the battery storage is not taken as an addition, but is taken into the whole picture, and then we could use cable lines and also transformators in a much more efficient and cost-efficient way.